What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I'm hoping everybody's having a wonderful Sunday. I know my Eagles fans are probably not having the best Sunday after the Eagles lost 21-17 to the Denver Broncos. It just wasn't a really good game. The Eagles played great in the first half. They were getting some points on the board, and the defense was awesome in the first half. But then they allowed 18 unanswered points in the second half and ended up losing 21-17. Guys, it wasn't a strong effort by the Eagles. I knew this was going to be a gritty win, and I knew the Denver Broncos had a chance. But I was hoping that the Eagles were able to complete this win and finish it off. And they've been doing good at finishing games, even though they would be close, even though they would be these tight, ugly games that they were playing. And they were finishing them off. They weren't able to do that today. The offense absolutely fell apart in the second half. Kevin Patullo running this offense is not the answer for this team. I think if we want to be serious contenders, if we want to go deep into the playoffs again this year, if we want to go back to the Super Bowl, Kevin Patullo needs to be gone. He does not know how to play call. We were doing great in the passing game in the first half. We were absolutely insane in the first half. Jalen Hurts had his best game of the season, by the way, stat-wise. He was 23 for 38, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He hasn't thrown an interception at all this year, and his rating was 100.8. Those are great numbers by Jalen Hurts. But Kevin Patullo has been obsessed with the passing game when you're not supposed to pass. And then the running game has been absolutely terrible. Saquon Barkley, you want to know how many carries Saquon Barkley had in this game? 6. Saquon Barkley, who just rushed for 2,000 yards last year, rushed for 6 carries, 30 yards. So he was five yards per carry is not terrible compared to what they've been doing in the first 4 games of the season. I would have taken 5 yards a carry, but you got to give him the ball more. The O-line's got to block better. A.J. Dillon had 2 carries. He had an average of 6. Jalen Hurts only ran the ball twice. And Will Shipley got 1 carry for no yards. The running game just wasn't there this game, and I don't understand why. The passing game, yes, it was solid, but you were up 17-3 in the second half. Run the ball. I know the O-line hasn't been great this year, but you got to run the ball. And this is all on Kevin Patullo. And I don't know if Nick Sirianni has any input into this offense right now, but they've got to get on the same page, and they've got to start running the football, and they've got to start running the football well. Jalen Hurts, great game by him, stat-wise. He put some good numbers on the board, but they didn't get the win, so none of this matters. Receiving-wise, Devontae Smith had a great game, 8 catches, 114 yards. Saquon Barkley, 3 catches, 58 yards, and he had that touchdown on that nice little out route. A.J. Brown, 5 catches, 43 yards. Still not his best game, but he's getting back. Hopefully they're starting to get on the same page. Jahan Dotson had 1 catch for 24 yards at the end of the game. Dallas Goedert had 3 catches for 19. Grant Calcaterra, 2 catches for 18 yards. And Will Shipley had 1 catch for 4 yards. And Dallas Goedert had a touchdown catch in this game as well. But my point is that this passing game was very solid, but then they started passing too much in the second half. When you're up 17-3 in the fourth quarter, run the ball. I don't understand. Why are you not giving it to your almost MVP running back? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And then when we do pass the ball, the route concepts are just disgusting. They're flat. They don't do anything. They don't confuse the defense. You saw the Denver Broncos. Bo Nix was terrible in the first half. He ended the game at 242 passing yards and a touchdown. You want to know why? Because he had routes going over the middle. He had dynamic routes. There was diversity in the routes that were being thrown at this Eagles defense. The Eagles don't give that to the opposing defense. They have guys running vertical routes on the same side. They have guys running just out routes all the time. They never run anything over the middle. They never run any slants. And when they do run slants, they can't seem to get guys open. Jalen Hurts has plenty of time in the pocket. The Eagles' pass protection has actually been pretty good this year. It's the run blocking that hasn't been good. But the pass protection has been good. The receivers' routes are just so terrible that they just can't get anything going, and Hurts has nobody to throw to. That's why you see him running out of the pocket a lot, because who's he going to throw to? He can't just throw the ball up and get an interception. So I just don't know. The Eagles really need to fix this offense. I don't blame the defense in this game. They played really well for the most part. Giving up 18 points in the fourth quarter is not very ideal, but they did hold the Broncos to 3 points through 3 quarters, so I can't be too mad at 21 points in a game is not terrible. And it was a rough game, guys. You have to be able to finish that off. And the defense, I do want to credit our linebackers, Zach Ball and Jahad Campbell, leading the team in tackles. Zach Ball with 12, 7 of them being solo. Jahad Campbell, 11 tackles, 6 of them being solo. And Zach Ball did have a sack in there and a tackle for a loss. Hit the QB twice. He had a great game. Quinion Mitchell's always doing great in pass coverage. And yeah, the Eagles' defense played solid. I really can't be mad at the Eagles' defense. You want to know why I can't be mad? Because they have Vic Fangio at the helm running this defense. I could be mad at this Eagles offense, though, because they have Kevin Patullo, and I'm going to make my next video, guys, my next long-form video is going to be about Kevin Patullo and why he's a problem for this Philadelphia Eagles team, and he's holding back. I think that the Philadelphia Eagles, no biased, are the most talented team in the NFL. You could put that on record. They are the most talented team in the NFL. You have Jalen Hurts at quarterback. You have Saquon Barkley at running back. You have Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown as your top two receivers, and Dallas Goedert, who's also a great tight end. And you have one of the best O-lines in football. I know they haven't been playing like that this year, but this team is so talented. They're one of the most. They are the most talented offense in football, if not the most talented team. But offensive-wise, they are the most talented, and it's mind-boggling that they don't score more. It's mind-boggling that they aren't as efficient as they once were. And I blame it all on the play calling. And you'll see why in my video later this week. It doesn't make any sense. And I just don't understand how the Eagles don't understand this. 2022, when we went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Kansas City Chiefs, we had Shane Steichen at the helm. He was the one calling plays. And Hurts was amazing that year. He was almost an MVP. And you lose Shane Steichen, okay. Now you need to find somebody who's going to be the guy to pair with Hurts. You want to know who they do? They bring in Brian Johnson, and I hate using that name. He's honestly one of my main terrorists for the Phillies organizations of all time. He ruined a chance at getting back to the Super Bowl. He ruined that whole season because his play calls were the worst I think I've ever seen, the most predictable play calls I've ever seen. And it just ruined that season. We went from going 10-1 to having one of the most historic collapses in the NFL and end up getting crushed in the wild card against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Now, people don't realize that this season is literally like shaping up to be almost exactly like the 2023 season. Because we hired a coordinator that had no play calling experience, who didn't even have to interview to get the job. He just was Nick Sirianni's buddy, and he was the pass game coordinator for a team that's been run dominant for the last few years. And he got the job 10 days after the Super Bowl, and now he's leading your team, and it's been one of the worst offenses in football, and you still are 4-1. It's a good thing, but we also had a good record in 2023, and look where that got you. I don't care about getting these wins against. Wins are important, but you have to be sustainable. What the Eagles are putting on the field right now is not sustainable. You're not going to get anywhere if you have play calls like this. Kellen Moore last year saved my sanity, honestly. Not having Brian Johnson another year was perfect. And Kellen Moore, who was experienced at play calling, did a great job. Yeah, he started off a little slow, but he knew how to run this offense, and he had decent concepts with the play calls. We've not seen that at all with Kevin Patullo. We saw it a little bit against the Rams, saw it a little bit against the Bucks, but besides that, we have not seen anything. Today was just like that. He had a good first half. The first half wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't anything to jump up and down about, and the third quarter was good too. I mean, the passing game was there today, but then he tried to be all cute and keep going with those passes, and then the routes just got flat in the fourth quarter, and they didn't run the ball, and then they have to punt it every drive. And then you give up 18 points and you lose the game. That you can't win like that. That's how you're going to lose games. And I just am so fed up with this offense. And I'm fed up that I don't even know why we signed Kevin Patullo. I don't know why he got promoted to be the offensive coordinator. I think they should have at least held interviews for some experienced veterans at the play calling position. But it really frustrates me, and I don't think the Eagles are serious about winning until they fire Kevin Patullo. I am on the fire Kevin Patullo train because I don't think he's changing. He's had 5 games already. There's only 17 games in the NFL season, and we're already a third of the way done, and he has not gotten a clue yet. So that's really all I have for this game. I'm not too mad about losing to the Broncos. You were going to lose eventually. Why not get it out of the way now? Broncos are on the AFC. This game doesn't really matter. We're still going to make the playoffs. And you lost to a good team like the Broncos. They do have a solid defense. They do have things on offense. You lose to them, okay. Shake it off. Go beat the Giants on Thursday night. But the underlying issue is the play calling. It's just so terrible, and I don't see us I don't see us being consistent if this is going to be the play call. I feel like this is going to be a big issue going forward later in the year, and I think it's going to be a repeat of 2023 if Kevin Patullo continues to call plays. I would give Nick Sirianni the playbook back. I will let him start calling plays, or even let Jalen Hurts just call his own plays, because I just don't know what Kevin Patullo sees out there. Maybe have him sit up in the press box like Vic Fangio does, but I just don't get it. I really don't get what's going on in his head, because I think Madden could draw up better plays than this. Like, this is really bad, guys. And I don't know. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments of what you think about Kevin Patullo's play calls and what you think about the Eagles' offense. But that's my main issue of this game. And I think going forward, you just got to hope for the best. I really don't know, but I don't mind this loss. Bottom line, I think they're going to shake this off and they're going to beat the Giants. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. Today's Eagles rundown is going to be done. I like the video. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Make sure to turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Phillies playoffs. They're down 0-1 to the Dodgers right now. Game 2 is coming up tomorrow, and I'm really excited for that. Yeah, it's gonna be a battle, guys. But I think the Phillies can do it. We're going to be streaming Game 3 most likely. I can't stream Game 2, but I will be tuning in to Game 2. Don't worry. And then we'll probably be streaming Thursday. Oh, Eagles and Phillies both play on Thursday. I think I got to stream the Phillies. But we'll do like a dual thing that night. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next rundown.